Alright, for today I got this 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee here that's developed a clunking sound in the front end. I think I got it chased down to the tie rod ends down here, so I'm gonna try to get them swapped out today, see if I can get that taken care of. Sorry about the wind, it's a little windy out here today, but I'll try to do my best to keep the wind noise down and show y'all what I've got going on. Alright, I just got it jacked up and taking a 22mm socket and I'm gonna pull this wheel off. Alright guys, I thought again, sorry if it's windy out here today, sorry if the wind is loud, but I thought the issue was this inner tie rod, but I can't seem to get any noise out of it. So I'm going to take and disconnect the tie rod and see if it's got any play in it. Right now I don't seem to have any. So you just take a 21mm socket to break that loose. Alright, you want to leave the nut on there, that way you can hit it with a hammer right here and get that to drop out there. You hit it right here and it should drop. If not, you can tap on it up here and it'll come out. Alright guys, before you take this completely loose, make sure you break this jam nut here. Looks like I'm going to have to get some bigger wrenches. I don't have one quite big enough to fit this. I've got an inch and it's bigger than an inch, probably an inch and an eighth or so. Just loosen this jam nut up. Alright, then you take this back out. Okay. I don't know if this is my issue or not. It's pretty loose, but I can't get any noise out of it. I'm going to go ahead and change it out since I have it. So what you want to do here is take this and just count how many rotations it takes to come off there. That way you can put your new one back in the same spot. It ain't wanting to hold. Okay, so 1, 2, 21, 22, 22 and a half, about 23. Then you take this nut completely off. Then you pull the boot off. Yeah, sorry about the wind noise, guys. It's windy today. Alright, to get this boot off there, you just got a regular hose clamp on this end, and then it's got a band on this side. Just stick a screwdriver here and pry that off. You can't reuse it, so you have to either get another clamp or put a zip tie around it. size that is. Probably don't have one of them either. Alright guys, I ended up having to go in there and turning the steering wheel all the way to the driver's side. That way I could get my wrench in here and put some leverage on it like this. Put leverage on it and hit it with my hammer. Alright, there's that. Alright, so now you just put your boot back over that. Take this old clamp off if you want to go back on. Remove that. Turn the boot back inside out. The right side out. Now put the clamp back on here. Stretch back over there, and I'll put a zip tie around it back there because I don't have a clamp. Should go like that. Don't forget your jam nut, put it back on. Thread it on there pretty far. Alright. Now you take your outer tie rod and thread it back on however many times you counted a while ago. I counted 23, so once you get it started, 1, 2, 22, 23. There we go. Hose clamp put on the dust boot there, and get a zip tie and put up there on that end. But before you tighten this jam nut, you want to make sure you get your tie rod in, torque down here. Just snug it up because you're supposed to torque this with the vehicle sitting on the ground. You torque it to 70 foot-pounds, but it says to do it with the vehicle sitting on the ground. So I'm going to go in here and put a zip tie around this boot here to hold it in place. And then I'll come back, put my Zerk fitting in here, put my tire on there, and then torque it all back down. Alright, I'm going to turn the steering wheel back the other way, that way I can get the tire back on here. Alright guys, I like to run these back on there, just taking some impact on the lowest setting and run them back in there. Then I come back and torque them down to 110 foot-pounds torque wrench. I set my torque wrench to 110. I'm going to torque all these down. Alright, I'm going to try to get my torque wrench in there and tighten that down to 70 foot-pounds if I can. If I can't do it like this, I'll have to jack it back up and take the tire back off, I guess. Don't forget your cotter pin. May have to turn that nut just a little bit more. There we go. Alright, I got the cotter pin installed, but don't be like me and forget to put your zert fitting down there. I'm going to have to fight to get that thing in there now. Now you come back and tighten this thing up to, I think it was 50 foot-pounds on this. So I'll get it torqued down, then come back and put my zert fitting in there, and we should be through with it. Alright guys, I got all that put back together, got that jam nut tightened up, got the grease zert put in there and got it greased up. Now I'm going to take it around the block and see if it fixed the issue. Shouldn't take long. Even at low speed it was making a clunking sound, so we'll see what happens. I hope that was the problem. That was the driver's side I done there. I got a set to do the passenger side, but it seemed like all the clunking was coming from the driver's side, so I'm just going to do it for now. Maybe once it cools off, I may take the other side apart. I'll do it off camera, because I don't know, just filming it and trying to explain how to do it, it takes twice as long to video it and do it at the same time, so I'm just probably going to do it off camera. It'd be the same exact way I done this one. And I'll probably have to schedule this thing for an alignment. When I counted in turns, that's just to get it back to close to where it was, just enough to get it to alignment shot. So anytime you change something like that, you're supposed to get an alignment done. So I may have to schedule the alignment for this thing. It's about due for some new tires anyway, so I may get it all done at once. Alright guys, I took it around the block and it seems like I might have heard a slight clunk every once in a while, maybe once or twice, but that may be coming from the passenger side. I've got the stuff to do it, but I'm going to do it off camera just because it takes twice as long to set up the camera and try to explain what you're doing, but I'll do it off camera. I don't know if the camera's picking it up right now or not, but this blower motor in this thing is let me put the camera down there and see if it'll pick it up. But I don't know if the camera's gonna pick that up or not, but The blower motor's been squealing on this thing for a long time, and I finally got a replacement for it too. We just been living with it, kind of got used to it, but it don't seem like it's going to take too long to do, so I'll get it swapped out one of these days too, or pretty soon. Anyways, that's it for the tie rods. Like I said, that seemed to fix the issue. I took it around town and I didn't get but maybe 1 or 2 bumps, but like I said, that may be coming out of the passenger side. I've got the stuff to do it. I'll do it off camera. If that don't fix it, only thing else it can be is the steering rack, and I don't want to change that out. But anyways, until next time, thanks for watching.